Here are 5 open source and free tools that are actually useful. You can bookmark them right now and start using them today. I have the biggest list of open source projects out there and I'm sharing everything with you, so make sure to subscribe, and if you have any project for me, just put it in the comments below and you have a chance to end up in one of my videos. Let's hear now from our sponsor and then see these 5 awesome projects. Today's sponsor is ShedCN Blocks, easily one of the leading libraries in the ShedCN ecosystem. They have a big collection of pre-built, ready-to-use, high-quality blocks, and they're covering pretty much any use case that you can think of. Their changelog is the craziest thing you'll see in the UI world. In June only, they added 73 completely new blocks, and we are not talking about some AI slop, we are talking about blocks made with taste and good design that are working both in light and dark mode, in all themes, in all resolutions, everything ready for you just to copy and paste it to your project and change the content. That's all. Definitely check out ShedCN Blocks. That's my favorite library of pre-built ShedCN blocks out there. And if you want a discount code, just use OrcDev. You have it in the description below. And now let's see those 5 projects. First project is called Dither Kit. And I was so impressed when I saw this one the other day. It is really looking crazy. So we have 5 chart types, generating avatars, buttons and gradient washes on one tiny canvas engine, no recharts. That's seriously impressive. And it is looking really, really good. So check out this chart. It has that Dither effect, which looks really awesome. And when I refresh, check out this animation. It's really looking cool. You can see all these, now I don't know how to put it for you, like you can see these like shiny details, subtle animations that are happening behind on this chart right here. And also here on hovers, how we are here highlighting that part of the chart. Really amazing. So this is the area chart that we have. Then we have this bar, also looking really good. Check out the hover, how it is highlighting all these bars, and also the animation right here. Really looking good. And the code is so simple. You're just putting this inside of your project and that's it. And it is working also in light mode. Let me show it to you. And also it is looking really good in light mode. Check this out, even maybe better in light mode than in dark mode. Then we have this line looking like some kind of snake, and here I think we even have a little bit more of those shiny effects that are happening on the chart. Really looking good. Then of course the code is exactly the same, and here highlighting, really awesome. I love this line. Is maybe even, I don't know, maybe pi is my favorite one. So here on hover, we are expanding it a little bit, we are scaling it, and it is looking really good. Also the animation is really impressive. And if we hover here to different type of value, we are getting everything that we need. And I really love the small detail here. When I hover, for example, edge here, it is not scaling here on the edge, but if I hover here, then it is actually scaling. So those are the details that you have to think about when you're creating some UI things like this. And we have this radar chart, also really impressive. I would say this one is the least here that needs some Dither effect, but anyway, it looks really good, and it's really amazing what this guy created. Then we have here beyond charts. So we have here the avatar, and you can see here OrcDev avatar. So if I type in just orc, it is going to look different, OrcDev different. And then I can hear from name, just hear hue from name. This is really good, and I'm probably going to use this one on orcdev.com. We can see different examples right here, and this is Alan, I don't know how to pronounce that one, Barbara, Linus, etc., etc. And we have buttons. Now you can see that I already tested this one because I have a green orcish button. So we can choose here different type of effects: gradient, dotted, hatched, or solid. So I can choose here dotted, for example, and I can change the color: purple, blue, pink, orange, green. And the code is really simple. We are just using different variants and props, and that's it, nothing else. Looking really good, nice hover effects. I think there are really nice details. on these buttons as well. I will just work a little bit more, I think, on the contrast with this text on the buttons. And finally, we have the gradient. So we can choose up, down, left, right, and here, for example, down from purple to blue or to transparent or to pink. And you can see how this one is looking really, really good. And again, code is really simple. You just put in the variants, the props, and you get something like this on your project, which is really making it stand out and look really, really cool. And I have to say, this one is built on shoulders of Evil Charts. Evil Charts is another really amazing project, one of the best charts out there, so definitely check out that one as well. And I have to say that I'm seriously impressed by this Dither Kit project. Second project is called AI Stack. You can find it on aistack.to, and here you can see exactly what real builders used to ship. I really love the idea behind this project, and I really love the idea of open sourcing this project. So what can we here actually do? We can go here and check out the feature stacks. You can see also my stack, and we can click on that stack and compare that with our own stack and our own workflow. So we can see here that Alper, creator of this project, is spending $256 a month for AI usage only, with 10 different tools, 7 models, and 1 bundle. So we can check exactly what kind of projects he is building, which tools is he using. So here we can see Claude of $200 a month, ChatGPT $20, Google AI $20. We see here a bunch of different tools that Alper is using, and also here different models. So Alper is using Fable 5, Claude Sonnet 4.6, Opus 4.7, Opus 4.8, Haiku, Gemini, GPT, so he's pretty much all over the place. And here also we can check his workflow. So what's the exact way how Alper is doing things, and how is he using all those models and everything here in tiny details, which is really cool, because now you can come here and you can check like, how is this shadow guy doing everything? He's a big open source contributor. How is he doing it with $0 a month? So you come here and you try to find it out. So he's sponsored by ChatGPT and by Claude, so that's definitely the reason why it's $0. So you can see here exactly what is he using, what's his workflow and everything, and compare to your own workflow. I really love this project. It is also good, of course, to share your workflow with others if you want to show off, like, here is how much I'm spending on AI, and you just copy and paste this thing and send to someone or share it on social media. So really awesome project. Check it out and create your own workflow here and share your tools. Webclaw. You can find it on webclaw.io. And first thing I want to say about this project is that I can't believe it is actually open source. This is the web scraper API your AI agent deserves, and it can scrape pretty much anything. You can see the list right here, and let me tell you, some of these are pretty hard to scrape, and Webclaw is doing it, and everything while being open source core, and it is free to self-host. How crazy is that? I can't believe that this is true, but it is, and it has 1,731 star, which is really amazing. And of course, if you don't know how to self-host it, or you don't want to self-host it, you can just pay for the cloud version and you can use it inside of your API without any problems. I love this. Open source is the way, and I really respect the decision of open sourcing this one. So next time when you need a serious scraper, definitely think about Webclaw. You can build many things with it. We have in Shipper Club a bot that is sending us the latest news about the AI models. So you can think about anything. If you need some kind of scraping, just check Webclaw. Next project is called Evil Buttons. You can find it on evilbuttons.com. And if you've been following my channel, you know how much I love these fun projects. So here we have a collection of 29 different buttons. Some are useful, some are fun, some are annoying, so let's check them out. So first we have this reveal button. Here I need to hold, so it's not just click, I need to hold to reveal this serial key. So this, we can say this one is useful. Then we have the command button, so this one is working also on Command S with the keyboard. Oh, actually it's working only on Command S, it's not working on click. Then we have the copy button. This is something that you need every day probably, this copy button right here. Then we have the click power up. So we can see on hover, things are moving, and then if I click, we are getting that animation of a click button. Really nice. Then we have the Dither button. Now, which one is better? The Dither that we have in the Dither Kit or this one right here? This one definitely looking really good. Then we have the hold to delete. So here we need to keep holding in order to delete. This one is also really good. I love here the details and everything with the animations. Then we are coming, this is my favorite button, demonic button. So we need to hold here in order to get these things like these horns and this fire and everything. I really love this button. This one is really crazy, so check it out again. This one is really looking good. I have to use this one somewhere. And we have the evil eye button, the Sauron button. And this one was actually contributed by me. I wanted to put a little bit of something from Mordor. And we have Aqua button, Chromie button, this brutal neo-brutalism button, also pretty good, I have to say. Frame button, yeah, this one working on hover, pretty good. Glitch button, yeah, pretty nice. I really love this project, and there is a small here hidden section. It's here on don't click. I want to show you that one as well. So are you sure? Seriously don't. Again, last warning. And now we are here in this nether realm, and I can take this doom button and kill these all other buttons. And this is just a small fun way to show all these buttons from this collection. And pretty good. I think that this one would also look much better if there were like 200 buttons inside of the library. Then we could see like all the different buttons and it would be much bigger on that whole screen. So one more important thing to say is that the creator of this library is only 16 years old. So make sure to go to GitHub and give it a star and support all these young builders. And the final project is called Icon Zero. You can find it on icon0.dev. And this is the fastest icon search for you and your AI agent. And this is my go-to when I want to find some icon. So what this is actually, it's really genius when you think about it. We have here 223 different collections of different icon libraries. So we have here, you can see Ant Design, you can see Lucid, and all the libraries for icons that you know, and you can search all of them. So for example, we want here an X, and we are searching now through all the icon libraries out there, and we are getting back different axes from different libraries. So we can see here, for example, this Lucid X, we can see the PH X, Glyphs X, and we can copy any X from here inside of our project without any problem. And this is not only for humans, but also for AI agents, which is really important. So you have here MCP that you can use, that you can just put inside of your coding agent, whatever you're using, Claude Code, Codex, or Cursor, and it can just be used inside of your projects. Or if you need just one icon, you can just simply send this icon0.dev to your AI agent, and agent can just find it for you. So what am I usually doing? I just put this icon0.dev, I give it to my AI agent, and I just say, look for all the icons and find something that is best for my use case for my entire landing page, for example. And then it picks all the icons from icon 0 from different icon libraries, and I get the best results with the best looking icons. Pretty good project. I love it. I love how fast it is. It is built something like Vercel domains. It looks exactly the same. So definitely go and check out Icon Zero. I really hope that you enjoyed in this video. Go and share these projects with your dev friends. Support open source. Go give these devs a star. They really earned it. And for more content like this, join the mighty horde. Subscribe.